Welcome in. KEW faithful, we're just going to, as per norm these days, check that we are indeed broadcasting live. There we go, the double up in the audio there. And we are live and dandy and ready to go. So we'll get things started with tag team action. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw them last time around renew the tag partnership that was the safety men. But here, under a new guise, ladies and gentlemen, they are fired up and pumped, happy to be back together as Safety Squared. A little bit of a rebranding for them. They are more than happy to be back together, as you can see Andy wearing the family plaid. And look at the firefighter, he is buzzing. He is happy to be back at work with his cousin, and his cousin looks equally fired up there. Little lasso as he's making his way down to the ring. Look at that, they crawl their way up the stairs menacingly into the ring, rolling into the ring as the big fella moving around like some sort of dog or spider. Little vicious words to each other. They're fired up, they're motivated here, ladies and gentlemen. This one, the tag team #1 contenders spot, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see whether these two men can take that #1 contenders spot away from the dark powers of the KEW. A tall order for them, but one that they've succeeded in the past. They are a little bit fresh into the tag division again together, but we've seen them have success in recent weeks. Can they become the #1 contenders for the tag team titles just in time for Big Bird's Bash? 3 episodes away and round the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And there you can see the dark figure of James the Cat standing menacingly there in his cat costume with the tarantula right in front of him as he turns around and she menacingly strolls towards them, arms folded. And James the Cat, look at this, massaging the back and working the arms, gyrating around the tarantula. Well, maybe something's gone on between the two of them there. James the Cat struts his way down to the ring. As we know, you can see the Safety Squared there jumping out of the ring. I'll apologise if you hear a light rattling in the background, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a iced coffee on the go here too. And James the Cat gyrating into the ring. I think we can assume safely from this that James the Cat is well and truly deep in with the rest of the coven now, ladies and gentlemen. The flashing red lights and the tarantula fired up and ready to go here. Beats her chest as James slides through the knees. And there are the coven as he crawls on all fours towards the ropes there and up in his cat costume, very feline like, as he makes his way around the ring. Interesting here though, that in a #1 contenders match, Miss Kasuj, she often puts herself into these matches. She's given the faith though to her lieutenants here, her generals if you will, whichever rank and order you want to give them. Will that prove to be a masterstroke, keeping the other members of the coven fresh, keeping the ploughman fresh, keeping herself fresh? Maybe she can focus then on managing the roster and the coven rather than having to get her hands dirty all the time. Or will it prove an unlikely and unsuccessful tactic rather with Atomic Andy and the firefighter? We have though seen the Witch Mother go up against the safety men as they were previously and not have too many a good evening's work here as the tarantula's on the top rope here. What's she got in store? Flashing the knickers right in Tanya's face, right in Andy's face with a big elbow there, right to the head from that socked hand as she delivers those woodblock shoes to the face. They should be considered an offensive weapon themselves. Now look at this vicious punishment here from the tarantula with the arm wrenched behind the back and stomp on the elbow. Those woodblock shoes. I thought she was going to make the tag there. Maybe she's going to, now she looks to with the socked hands there, and looks like Miss Kasuji's going for something under the ring. She got a bat there, it looks like, rolls the bat into the ring. Well, surely the referee's going to see this and get rid of that bat in a moment. He has now seen the bat. Goes for the cover, does James. Gets a 1 count. and a kick out there. The referee almost distracted by that bat as Andy rolls out of the ring, and now James the Cat diving over the top rope of a running senton drives Atomic Andy down to the ground, and it's all Coven to get things started here. We said that the safety man had looked a little out of sorts, and they've decided to reform. Maybe that was a task too soon for them. It's been a good mix-up of the tag team here from the Coven by bringing James the Cat and the Tarantula in. Up to a 5 count already here. We don't want a double count out. That's not going to solve anything for the number 1 contender spotters. And he gets back in the ring, and now James back in the ring as well. And Andy over the top rope and down. They don't know what they're doing here, the pair of them. It's like a comedy's getting... Oh, James the Cat launches himself to the outside and misses Atomic Andy. And now look at that, the Witch Mother onto the apron here. And Andy going after the Tarantula wisely whilst James the Cat was down on the apron here. He's got to be careful, doesn't get his legs pulled away. The ref has got the back now and gets that safely out of the ring. But immediately, look at this, the Coven taking the assault to Atomic Andy as James the Cat clears the firefighter off the apron here. And now James the Cat, can he look to put Atomic Andy away? He's got to do it on his own though. The Tarantula's been taken out and off the side turnbuckle here. And there's no partner to tag in for either man in the ring currently. Big axe handle to the back of Atomic Andy, who's swiftly back to his feet though, having felt the punishment now. He's finding he's revved up by the crowd, and a big splash there drives James the Cat down to the canvas. Big knee to the back of the head as well. Goes for the tag, tags in the firefighter. Much needed break, it appears, for James the Cat. Oh, sorry, for Atomic Andy. And now the firefighter looking to go to work and work on the early good work that Atomic Andy had put in from the prior tag there. But it's James the Cat who's back on the offense now with a few swift hits and a big right-hander there to Atomic Andy. You won't have enjoyed that, but it took his eyes off the prize with the firefighter. And the firefighter, of course, is a wrestler who has momentum for days and will go and go in the KEW. But James the Cat now, big German suplex there, driving him down to the ground, and then gets him up on the shoulders here in some sort of torture rack, it looks like. Spins him around, neck breaker off the top of the shoulders, and sits up looking round the crowd. And the fans aren't happy with this new interim addition of James the Cat, who drives the knees into the abdomen of the firefighter and tags in the Tarantula for good measure. And Tarantula cross-bodied immediately by the firefighter, who goes for the pin. Preemptive pin though. Good kick out there by the Tarantula. Into the corner goes the Tarantula now. Perhaps the tag from James the Cat was ill-timed and ill-warranted as the punch to the face, and now the fans are happy to see the firefighter getting a measure of control of this one. Goes for the cover again, but just a 2. And rolls her back to her feet now, and Tarantula spins around the firefighter, sends him into the corner, giving the woodblock shoes and grating the head along the top rope here. So often with these tag team affairs, it does come down to who can keep the athletes the freshest the longest, and it's been a good and offensive start from the Coven, but you have to question how much more are they going to have to take out the tank of both Atomic Andy and the firefighter. We know the firefighter, as mentioned, is an endurance athlete. He can go the distance with anyone in the KEW, and that's what really is giving him that tag team success, as he gets the opportunity to get fresh on the apron and allows the big man to come in for short spurts, and then of course he can come in and take a longer stint in the ring. It keeps Andy fresher, it keeps him fresher. It's been a good tag team tactic. Can they get that ribbon back here? At the moment it is all Coven, and those woodblock shoes doing devastating damage to the firefighter. It looks like there's some sort of arm lock going on there as the knees driven to the spine. You can see they're rolling around in pain. Is the firefighter. Maybe she's looking to go after the back of the firefighter, try and put him away so that he can't either kick out or pull off the fireman's carry. And it looked like a powerbomb was incoming there, but he managed to roll out of the way at the last moment with a few shots to the face. Gets the tag in to his tag team partner as well, and sends her into the ropes now and trips her over, and here comes a big elbow across the back as well. And look, James the Cat not happy with that, dives and gets the tag whilst Atomic Andy wasn't watching. Look at there, the firefighter on the the plowman on the apron, the stunner out of nowhere from James the Cat. Down goes Atomic Andy. The firefighter's in, has to break it up to save the match, otherwise that might have been it done and dusted there. Andy rolls out of the ring. The firefighter out of the on the side of the ring as well, pushes James the Cat back off with his previous punch, gets a hit in now, does James the Cat, and a second, goes for a third, but the firefighter catches him there and is allowed the time for Atomic Andy to get outside, and down goes the firefighter on the outside. But James the Cat has to be careful here because he's in enemy territory on that side of the ring, onto a 4 count, and he goes out to join and reset the count, but a big throwing suplex from Atomic Andy. He won't have enjoyed having that stunner given to him right inside the ring, but James the Cat, more explosive blows, big kick and a knee, and look at this, the firefighters come over to help his tag team partner out. This is falling apart quickly here, ladies and gentlemen. James the Cat taking the firefighter for a walk round the ring up to a 4 count. He's got to be careful here, James the Cat, because the firefighter, there we go, he's distracted him, but James the Cat looks like he's regained his composure now. Surely Atomic Andy is going to climb back in the ring, and James the Cat will go in and meet him on the ring on an 8 count. No double count out here. More explosive blows, and the power from James the Cat, lifting him onto the shoulder and a big drive down there. Side Samoan drop, it looked like. Lifts him up by the head, drops him down there, does Atomic Andy via a big Russian leg sweep, or big leg sweep there, and then grabs hold of him, release German suplex, sends him flying across the ring. And now surely you would have thought that Atomic Andy has got to look to get the tag in. No, goes for the cover. I would have said get the tag in to your tag team partner, get the firefighter back in the ring, but didn't want to go for that. Now has hold of him. Oh, he's got to pick him up here. Massive chokeslam incoming from the tallest man in the KEW roster. Almost forgot about the Turkish Mountain for a minute there, of course. One half of the tag team champions. He won't be happy with the miss communication there, and James the Cat avoids the splash in the corner, hooks him up he goes, spins him round for a package suplex there, goes for the cover. It's right in charge in front of the firefighter, who can't come in to get the tag, and that's the 3. It's the Coven's victory. Safety square defeat on their re-emergence. They will not be happy with that. The Coven, they are our number 1 contenders. They'll get a shot at the title again. James the Cat, he looked resplendent there, didn't he? Goodness gracious me. If he gains the tag team titles, is he going to be pushing for the big gold? You'd have to question, ladies and gentlemen. The Coven looking resplendent, though. Cracking performance from them there in that one. We'll move on to our next match for the evening now, and that'll be the Mystery taking on the Torpedo. You can see the veins there on the Torpedo popping out as he's ready and raring to go. He'll be looking to get some sort of momentum on the roll here. The power couple haven't had much to crow about recently. It's been all everyone else's times to speak, and here comes the Hardcore Champion, giving the double V's to the crowd.
240 pounds, the Hardcore Champion.
We of course have seen him in recent weeks locked in a bitter dispute and rivalry for that belt around his waist with, of course, the BFG, the number 1 contender for the Hardcore belt. The Mystery again with the V's. Not a hardcore wrestler. You have to question quite how he won the Hardcore Championship, and the BFG not just given the opportunity to go back after the belt that is almost known as the BFG Hardcore Championship from the amount of times he's won it. He earns the opportunity to every single time, and he will know, that man in the ring, that the BFG is lurking and coming for that championship in only 3 short weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
And his opponent from London, England, weighing in at 195 pounds.
195 pounds of scintillating, sinewy muscle. The arms missing off the long leather jacket as the Torpedo, with his gold and black motif, strolls his way down to the ring with his M. Bison style hat, his sailor captain cap. He's the captain of the ship, the captain of his relationship. That's how he likes to quote himself. As mentioned, he's not had the best form in the KEW recently, so he'll be looking for an uptick and a real opportunity to try and get himself back in amongst the conversations. We're going after the Hardcore Championship, going after maybe even the KEW Championship or the tag team titles. He won't care. He'll know it's been a long time since gold, silver or bronze was around his waist, and he'll have to put in a real cracking performance here against the Hardcore Champion to stand any sort of chance of getting himself into a reckoning for any of those title conversations. And of course, his other half is up later today in action. She'll be taking on the Tange in our next matchup. Sneak preview there of that one. That one for Power Rankings, Battle and Glory. Exploding out of the corner of the Torpedo. Goodness gracious me, a running forearm there. Well, I said that he'd have to show some sort of fighting spirit here to really get himself up those KEW Power Rankings and to put himself in contention. Well, he's exploded out of the gates here for this one. Of course, he was part of the tag team with the Mystery in the Misfits. The Mystery taking a little bit of a hiatus from being part of the Misfits to defend his Hardcore Championship. I've seen him stand out on his own. That's where the Torpedo tried to do as well. Departed to be part of the tag team with his beloved becoming the Power Couple, of course. And it's not been the best display from him so far, but goodness gracious me, he's come out exploding out of the blocks here. It's all Torpedo, and the Mystery is second best, well and truly. Dodges that one though and gets the kick in, and this is where we've seen the Mystery come to life. When he starts to get a head of steam up in matches, he gets one little counter in, and then he starts to build a head of steam, wears you down, has those submission holds in his arsenal as well. He'll look to try and make you tap. Gets a 2 count early doors there. The Torpedo had no intention of going for a tag early doors, and there comes one of those submissions, trying to wear down his opponent, locking it in, wrenching the back, wrenching the neck. And the Torpedo though gets the elbow up and battles his way just about back out of that one. That could have been disastrous for him, running for the corner again, but gets caught and lifted to the floor. And now look at this, the spinneroonie on top of him, delivering the crotch straight into the buttocks there, and a little slap to the back of the head from the Mystery as well, just to add insult to more insult really. Puts him in the corner, big forearm there, big uppercut, now choking him down in the corner. Wow, it's a mean streak coming out here from the Mystery, perhaps driven to it from the Torpedo and his earlier assaults on the Mystery. The stomp to the spine there, and I thought he might be looking for some sort of submission, maybe a figure four or a Texas cloverleaf, but gets broken up by the Torpedo, who goes in with the elbow and strikes him down to the matting, picks him back to his feet and whips him up and over the top rope to the outside. And now look at this, telling the crowd off in the front row. There's a man in the front row there, looks like he was clearly telling him off. He wants the Mystery to get up here and off the top rope. Oh, big elbow there, telling the man he can see. He's staring at that man in the front row. He's not happy with whoever that is. He's here with his daughter or his wife, it might be. It's hard to tell. Clarification is perhaps needed on the age of the lady in the front row who appears to be with that man there. Driven into the ring post now. It appeared that man in the front row though was definitely here to support the Mystery, and the Torpedo's looking to put him away here with a Torpedo driver on the outside. Down goes the Mystery. He's going to leave him there for a 6 count. This could be a count out victory for the Torpedo. No, in and out of the ring, resets the count. Well, goodness me, the man's got punishment on his mind. You can see dancing and jigging around, and look at this, showing off to the kid in the front row who appears to be cheering him. He loves the Torpedo, that kid. Maybe he should go and meet that man in the white t-shirt in the corner. The man in the white shirt sort out the small child in the front row. He's got his own child to potentially be dealing with anyway though. Caught there, the Mystery catches the Torpedo, takes him into the corner. Enough comments on the crowd. In the shoulders going halfway through the match. Oh, here comes the BFG running down to the ring here. The Mystery in control of things. He's got the Hardcore Championship and he's tapping it and saying, this is my belt, I'm coming for it. He's put it on his shoulder. And look at this. The Mystery distracted out of the ring. Yanks his championship back. Says, this is mine. What are you doing? And here comes the Torpedo. Oh, calling him cold. Big right hook drives the Mystery down. The Hardcore Championship on the floor. Goodness gracious me, a swing of events here. It looked just as the Mystery had a change of fortune, was trying to get back in the match. The Torpedo catches him cold thanks to the distraction from the BFG, and that's not going to have helped matters with the Mystery and the BFG. But here comes the Mystery ever battling back from that man in the front row, cheering him on. Now he's getting kicks up the butt from the Torpedo, who sends him back into the ring. And the Torpedo, putting on an impressive display here, climbs into the ring. big knee driven to the spine, rolls the Mystery over and goes for the cover here to wrap things up. 2. Oh, I thought I was going to be it. 2.5, and you can see the Torpedo thought it was it as well. Now he looks focused here. Is he going to look to put the Mystery away with a Torpedo driver? Oh, went for a clothesline. Look, his arm almost broke halfway through that, shattered the bones. And then here comes the Mystery with a chin lock here, raking, looks like the nose or the jaw. Let's go of the Torpedo at the last second. Re-intervention from the referee. Now has hold of the Torpedoes, dragging him away to the centre of the ring. Is he going to look to put a submission hold in? He just gets up in time, the Torpedo, to avoid potential disaster. Undergoes the Mystery and drops him down with an ankle lock. Oh, but can't quite commit to it. The Torpedo saw it coming and managed to block whatever type of submission hold the Mystery was going for. Under he goes again. He's going to go for the same. Oh, went for a running knee but missed it completely. Furious strikes, and that doesn't get close to him. A big crossbody flew over the top of the Mystery. Sloppy wrestling here, ladies and gentlemen, and a big shot to the back of the head from the Torpedo, and that might have been the Torpedo's opportunity in that opening gone here. The Hardcore Champion looks to move back in control of this one. He's got himself poised and ready here. The Torpedo up woozy there, spins him round, and here comes a mysterious neck breaker, and down goes the Torpedo. Surely this has got to be it now. He looks like he's going to drag him away from the ropes so he can't get a rope break in. Well, he's taking his time here, the Mystery. That might be the issue that comes to the saviour of the Torpedo. Gets a 2 count there. I said that was the issue. He's too close to the ropes there for the Mystery to be certain to get the count. And you see the KEW fans loving it, shouting to fight forever. More knees there, and I apologise for the ice sound effects in the background. More shoulders and knees from the Mystery. Drive the Torpedo down. Big shot here. Gets hold of him. And oh, the Mystery suplex goes for the package as well. 2, 3, and that was enough to put him away. It was a vicious landing, spiking him on the back of his neck. You have to say, nasty finish there from the Hardcore Champion. And he looks focused and ready to defend his Hardcore Championship against the BFG, of course, causing the distraction in this one. Can he hold on to his belt, though, when the big fella comes a-knocking in a few short weeks? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Move to our next match for the evening, though, and that will see the Man Crusher taking on the Tange. And the Tange, desperate to get some kind of form going, you'd have to think, back here in the KEW. He's been on the slide of recent weeks. Can he stop it here against the Man Crusher, who just watched her beloved get smushed to paste by the Mystery? And here comes then the Man Crusher herself.
Weighing in at 213 pounds.
Former KEW champion. She knows here, if she beats Tange, surely she's got to be the number 2 or number 3 contender for the KEW championship. She's going to put herself in the conversation. It's a conversation that's basically wide open at the moment. There's only one man who's going to have the opportunity, who will be our final match for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, coming up after this one, and we'll get into that after we've seen, of course, what unfurls here, because this has real impacts, ladies and gentlemen. It may appear to be a mid-card in the middle of the KEW power rankings, but if one of these two athletes pulls off a victory, they're going to be 2 or 3 in the order. They're going to have only potentially the Demon and the Assassin in front of them. Such is the weak nature of the KEW power rankings currently. And with 3 weeks left, you'd have to say, win here, beat the Demon, beat the Assassin. That's your window there. That may be enough to get you a KEW title shot at Big Bird's Bash. What we do know, ladies and gentlemen, of course, is that the KEW Championship will not change hands this evening. The Championship is not on the line. It's a regular match between Mark and the Assassin that we'll have later this evening. the smoke fills the arena. He looks happy, he looks motivated. We've seen him look like this before. He's better when he looks focused. He's better when he looks angry. Less like he's just enjoying the revelry of the crowd. You'd have to say, though, that's maybe the best we've seen Tanj look in a long while. She looks angry and motivated, does the Man Crusher, and so does he now, actually, in the ring. He looks focused. It's all going to be who gets the explosive start, and it's Tanj who comes firing out here. Big shot to the back of the head. He knows the stakes here, ladies and gentlemen. Man Crusher, though, up quickly off the ropes and immediately gets hold of the head, spins him round, and down he goes. Like that headlock, goes for the cover. Early doors, gets a 1 count. I'm surprised it was even a 1, to be honest. Tanj slow back to his feet, and the Man Crusher goes for the assault early doors with a face buster there, driving the Tanj's head into the KEW matting. Off the rope goes the big fella now. Hip drag there. Over goes for an arm toss and a little kick as well for his troubles. Getting back to his feet. Well, it looks like he's a bit woozy there. Chin breaker drives him down. He's swiftly back to his feet, though, and managed to recover from what looked like it could have been a disastrous start for a second there after getting the early first hit in. It's been all Man Crusher, and there again the big elbow out of the corner. She looks focused, but can the Tanj keep up the pace here? This has been the issue with him in the KEW. He's good when he gets on a roll. He has explosive finishers, but if he finds an athlete that gets a pace higher than him in the KEW, he struggles to match that pace. And sometimes he can get worn out really easily. A big drop kick there, low, driving the Man Crusher down to the floor, stomping on the guts of the Man Crusher there as well. She slowly rolls around on the KEW mat. Back to his feet. Oh, dragged down nastily by the Man Crusher, slamming the Tanj's head off the KEW matting as he rests onto the apron here. And she goes for the shoulder charge and drives him down off the KEW apron to the outside onto a 1 count already. The referee might have to reset that 1 count. No, immediately goes for a 2. I think that's a bit controversial if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that should have been a reset of the count because it looked like he hit the 1 before she even got out, or he'd started counting previous to that. Oh, she's lucky to avoid the stairs there. I thought Tanj was aiming for stairs but missed it controversially, but did manage to take the upper hand on the outside after being rammed to the outside momentarily. And here we go, he's getting the Arsenal ready, drags her onto the rope and drives the head of the Man Crusher down. And now look at this, pounds the matting like the orangutan and goes for the, went for the Tanj knockout. She shoves him off though, but he jumps back on top and gets the Thez press off with a few furious blows to the face of the Man Crusher. Now bashing the head into the KEW matting here. Onto the second rope, he's poised and waiting is the Tanj. Pulls the arm out and goes for a bit of stomping on the wrist now, trying to weaken the powerful arms of the Man Crusher. Try and rebuild the momentum that he just had, ladies and gentlemen, where he went for the Tanj knockout blow. Big boot though from the Man Crusher, switches the momentum. She stomps on the chest, driving the air out of the Tanj, and that's going to be a nasty one to recover from. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, now climbs up to the top rope here, going for the high risk manoeuvre. The top rope, big splash there, driving the air out of Tanj's lungs again. Has he got anything left to kick out? Just about there, ladies and gentlemen, at a 2. But I thought that might have been it for the 1/2 of the power couple. The Man Crusher, big kick to the guts here, and is she going to look to go for, she drives the knees into the face of Tanj, and he's down, he might be out. She goes for the cover again, 1, 2, and he kicks out yet again here. The Tanj slump, well, we've said it was on last season, it's still on here, ladies and gentlemen. He rolls to the outside for a breather, not letting him have the breather though. The diving crossbody out of the ring there. Sends the Tanj back into the ring, continuing the assault. Jumps over the top rope and awaits the Tanj. Hits the referee in the process here, and he looked a bit woozy there for a second as Tanj is driven down to the matting. Well, this one looks like it's only going one way, ladies and gentlemen. She's poised and ready. Is this going to be? It is! It's the man-crushing kiss, and down goes the Tanj. Here comes the cover. 1, 2, Oh, he kicks out at 2 somehow. I don't know how on earth he did. She wipes her hands. I don't know quite why she's pulling that off, ladies and gentlemen. It seemed like the Tanj was down and out there for the beating. Lifts her onto the shoulders now. Oh, I thought for a minute he might be going for the Tanj knockout. Oh, rolls her onto the power bomb position. Oh, and throws her over the top rope with a vicious power bomb to the outside, and then poses for the KEW faithful. I don't think he's seen how fast she's got back up. Tries to land on those hulking muscles on her back and felt no pain from it, but the Tanj straight back on the offensive here. Big right fists piling into the face of the Man Crusher, and a little stomp on the wrist for good measure, and you can see he's done the damage to the cranium of the Man Crusher. Goes for the neck break hold there, spinning out of it though is the Man Crusher. Tanj, oh, looked like he was going for the Tanj knockout, gets another Man crushing kiss there. 2, 3, and that's enough to put him away for the evening. My goodness me. Well, now she's going to have the opportunity to go for the KEW title. You have to feel, ladies and gentlemen, that momentum swung in an absolute instance, and you'd have to say the Tanj, the slump is on, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to be seen coming for the KEW title, not unless he can win the Rumble, of course, which we know happens at Big Bird's Bash. We don't know what entrance he's going to be, but what we do know is he's not going to be the KEW champion, ladies and gentlemen. That much is absolutely obvious going into our next main pay-per-view, and we'll move to our final match for this evening then. Just a simple one-on-one here, it would appear on paper, but there's more than meets the eye with this one. Of course, the Assassin having strong links to the KEW CEO, Big Bird, and he's wielded that relationship once again here, ladies and gentlemen. And there's massive stakes on the line here. This is a battle for a championship potential opportunity, and there is the KEW champion with the title in shoe, holding it low for the KEW fans. As he lifts it up for the KEW fans to enjoy, a little smile on his face. Of course, I've already seen him knock off the Firefighter for that title. We didn't look good going into it, but when it came to the title match, he was absolutely dominant, you have to say. It will be one that the KEW locker room will have looked at and said, well, there's no way he should have won that one leading into it, but he did. He did somehow. We're not sure how, but we know he did. And now he finds himself with an uphill task here. That's as social media and others are reporting it. He'll have to defeat the Assassin, and in doing so will then retain the KEW Championship heading into the next main pay-per-view. If he loses to the Assassin here tonight though, and that KEW Championship is going to be put out potentially for the Assassin. It means there will be a championship match for the KEW title. And it will be a ladder match. That much we know, ladies and gentlemen. So the Assassin, nothing to lose, everything to play for in this one. Whereas the Skeleton King, he looks very arrogant there. Everything to lose potentially, as he heads into this one. You'd have to think he'd want to be on his game for this one, ladies and gentlemen. If he's unable to pull off any type of result here, then he'll march back into the KEW Power Rankings as just another jobber, and you'd have to say with the time running out before the next main pay-per-view, there may not be a number one contender who emerges who's able to really, really test the KEW champion. But he is ready and raring to go though, the Assassin. As Mark explodes out of the corner, but gets a kick in the face for his troubles. Well, goodness me, I thought the KEW champion was going to start hot, but the Assassin saw it coming and called him out. Many people have wanted this one for a long time in the KEW. Two of the high-flying fast-paced athletes. Expect this one to be fast and frantic, ladies and gentlemen. It might not be the longest match in the world, but it may well be an explosive one here. The KEW champion, of course, one of the more high-flying athletes, like to inflict damage, gets on the top rope as frequently as he can. The assassin likes to use the high-flying manoeuvres himself. Very agile, you'd have to say. He likes to flip around lots as he's lifted high and slammed into the KEW matting here, and a shot to the spine of the assassin. Off the ropes goes Mark and drives him face first into the KEW matting. Well, the champion here has come flying out of the blocks. Big shot from the knee. He's saying to the rest of the KEW locker room that he doesn't want to have to defend his belt anytime soon. Flipped over and down onto his spine, though, by the assassin. The thing you have to watch out with the assassin, though, is he's been in endurance fights before. He knows what it is to last and outlast an opponent. He's fought the assassin. He's fought, the firefighter on many occasions. In the corner here, stacked up nastily, it looked like, from Mark by the assassin. He rolls out of the ring now, does Mark, and there goes the assassin over the top rope. Mark sees it coming, though, but so does the assassin. See the stomp here. Both men lock up on the outside. Mark doesn't get the best of it and gets driven into the floor with a DDT. And the assassin, after a slow start here, starting to take advantage of this one, but reversed at the last second. Oh, fell over in front of the table there and knocked the water bottle off. He's lucky he didn't catch his face on the edge of the table onto a 3 count as Mark sends his man back into the ring and climbs back and jumps over the top rope as the assassin, taking his time. Off the rope goes Mark with a crossbody, driving the assassin down there, and there we go, those high-flying manoeuvres on offer here. It's really, can one man slow down the other, and that will really swing the momentum in this one. Now the assassin off the ropes with a bulldog, showing off his own high-flying abilities here against the KEW champion. Goes for the stomp and he rolls out of the way. Furious kicks from the champ as he goes, trying to jump on the waist of the assassin. We've seen him do that manoeuvre before. Jumps on it and rolls around, and now Mark might be feigning a bit of injury there, holding the knee as the assassin points to him and maybe somebody in the crowd, picking Mark back to his feet now. And the KEW champion has to be careful. Sling blade there, and a drop kick to the side of the head for good measure as well. Nice combination there from the assassin. Mark now slow on the floor, and the assassin looks like he has something planned here. Drive, went for the drop kick. Mark saw it coming, rolls out of the way, and you can see the back of the assassin in trouble here. Mark now gets a drop kick in of his own, says this is how you do it. Let me show you how a champion really does it. Off the ropes of the bulldog now, drives the KEW number 1 contender into the matting here. Goes for the stomp on the arm, and the assassin is in a bit of trouble here. Mark picks him up to his feet now, gives him the kick to the guts. Face breaker there, face buster straight off the floor. The assassin slow back to his feet on the ropes here. Mark with a little kick on the ropes and another one, and down goes the assassin holding the knee off the ropes. Jumps back to his feet. It looked like he caught the Skeleton King there off guard and dropped him to his feet. Managed to make him drop his footing there. Mark with a big boot into the assassin's face. Now rams the arm into the apron here. Off the ropes he goes. Top rope moonsault there. Very nice from Mark, showing off the athleticism. Now jumps himself to the top rope here, and he gets froggy. Huge frog splash flying across the ring. Goes for the cover. The ref slow down. 3, and that's it. KEW champion. Goodness gracious me, he looks resplendent here. Arms held aloft. He knows he's not going to have to defend his belt. He's happy with that one, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that, leaves his opponent in the ring. And there he goes. He's happy with his day's work. Hang on a minute, what's he doing? The Dark Mind has switched. You can see the gears are turning in his head, ladies and gentlemen. Where's he going? No, he's got the chair. He's got his favourite weapon, the chair. Vicious assault here. He's proving to the rest of the locker room, don't step to the champion. This is what happens. You come out here, you try and step to me. The chair is what you will receive. Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen. We have no number 1 contender. The KEW championship looks like it's probably going to be safe for Big Bird's Bash. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week for more explosive KEW action. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.